Welcome back, you guys. It's Tcully here with another Space Engineers Survival Saturday. Starting later than usual here on Twitch. Our Twitch boys got to know a little bit of insider information before we started the recording here. Excited to be here, excited to be able to jump back into this with you guys. So where we left off last time is we were able to make some money off contracts. We got a little bit more money for ourselves. We're at 3.4 million. Our goal was to hit 4 to be able to put us in a position to buy a ship and be able to get up into space utilizing into space and then hopefully making our way back to the Earthlike planet and being able to set up a colony there. Of course, the overarching goal is to make it to that Earth-like planet. Our bonus goal is if we can make it back to our original home that we set when we crash landed here on Titan. So we're going to continue on that today. We're going to do a little bit more farming. We have got some gold and silver to gather up. We've got some unknown signals to go and salvage, and we've got some work to do in terms of getting either building and buying the resources, the additional resources that we need, or going ahead and purchasing a ship, scrapping components or modifying it heavily to fit our needs. But it's going to be a large grid ship nonetheless. So as we do in all of our streams here, be sure if you're watching on YouTube, youtube.com/tcullyii, or you're watching here live on Twitch. I'm here every Tuesday and Saturday. Saturday typically has a kind of asterisk next to it just due to what I'm doing during the day. But we're 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. On Tuesdays and Saturdays. So appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you guys tuning in wherever you guys are at in the world. So let's jump into things here. Where we left off, we just dropped off some resources. So let's go ahead, get the B. We're going to get the B, go ahead, move back to base, and figure out our next move. We'll make sure we're not connected up to anything here. And turn on our boy. Yeah, okay, yeah, we're good. We're not connected. So we'll just drop them down here. We'll go take a quick look, review those contracts that were on the table, and then we'll continue, head back to base, gather what components we need, but then also kind of talk about our plan for getting up into space, because we now are able to do that with the B, right? Last episode we upgraded the B, being able to get ourselves up into the atmosphere, up to the other station on the other side of the planet. Where's that signal? We can't see it unless we're back in base. But on the other side of the planet, the orbital station, we were able to get up there, see that they are also selling ships, just like this one down here. And we now need to just be able to get into space and probably establish an asteroid base or something in orbit so we can start modifying a ship that we purchased from our friends here at IDHI, or we end up building something and utilizing some trading components in terms of working with these stations. So let's take a look here, jump right in, and see about some contracts. Uranium. Okay, we don't have uranium. Superconductors. We can make these now. They need 86 of them, but we also need superconductors ourselves. So if we're going to make these, they better be well worth it. So let's go ahead. We'll skip over those. Let's just search by acquisition for now. Let's see. Thruster components. That might not be a bet, because we're not going to need those until we've established our space base, what we'll call it for now. Reactor components, girders are 104,000. Not terrible. Gold ingot. And that's not bad. 149 gold. How much goes into that's a lot of red one. We'll do that one. That one seems fun. It's only 20 kilometers away. It can't be that crazy. Let's accept. Actually, we'll wait on that one. We've got another hauling contract, searching contract. Search contracts on anything more than 70K, not even 60K. Hauling contract for 61. And then hauling contracts, but longer range. Let's do our first hauling contract here, because I think that'll be interesting. Again, 20.7 kilometers. We got there in 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Not bad. Let's do it. Acquisition, drop off, and then delivery location. Cool. All right, let's go ahead. We'll get the bee up in space, and I think what we'll do is get the bee up in space and then operate from there. So we'll go ahead. Let's get ourselves out of atmosphere here. And then we need to go to the delivery location. Which I'm pretty sure here, our delivery location is just going to be that other station that we visited last episode, the one that's in the orbit of Titan here, which has been a nice little perk. So the other thing that we did add in terms of mods. So we've got the Star Wars mod. We do have the long-range ore detectors. I believe we've gone ahead and added the nanite construction mod. So I did get a little sci-fi with it. Since we were going to add Star Wars weapons, I figured we've added. Again, regardless, it's going to be expensive in terms of the resource sink that it's going to require. But in terms of me being a one-man squad, this is not a multiplayer server. There's not be able to do large-scale projects. I figured for our large-scale builds, we'd be able to utilize that in a orbital shipyard kind of fashion, right? This is not something that I'm just going to be able to throw on a ship. I'll be able to work. That's a little cop-outy, if you ask me. Let's go ahead and stop here and figure out which direction is going to be the best to go. Let's head this way. Get up to speed, and just go ahead and coast. There we go. I was like, why aren't those turning off? We'll coast in this direction for a bit. But, as I was saying, so we added the nanite construction mod. We also added some additional armor slopes, like some AQD stuff, as well as the airlock for that as well. So, if we ever did want to get into some crazy small ships, right, where we're doing interiors and things like that, we have the airlock for those, as well as the airlock for the large ships. That's what I figured. We are going to the other IDHI facility. So let's go ahead and cut the corner here. And we know if with the bee here that we will be able to catch ourselves if we happen to plummet to the planet, and we don't have our hydrogen running. We just gotta make sure we have our dampers on. So, okay. This ship has treated us really well through this playthrough. It started as a little speeder bike, now is this station wagon looking thing. If I gotta be honest, it kind of looks like one of those old school, right? It's skinny in the front, big old rear. But, cool, we'll make it easy 60K here. We're currently flying on the opposite side of the planet compared to our base. And we will, then I think what we'll do, we'll go back to base, we'll get some off to the races, that's for sure. Okay, just point ourselves. Actually, to work out natural gravity, kind of slingshot ourselves around the planet. Should bring us right in line with our delivery location. We can also look here in terms of other acquisition contracts that we can drop off to our friends here. Because why not? When in Rome, do as the Romans do. When we have these trading stations available, let's take advantage of them when we can. Okay. What do we got on board right now? The autocannon Scott. Oh, I forgot about that. The autocannon now has firing capabilities because we found ourselves some magnesium. Perfect. Okay, and once we are in range, let's go ahead and get to 3 kilometers before we go ahead, turn off stockpiling, and we're slowing down a little bit. Yep, we're out of atmosphere, so let's go ahead and throw that on, change direction, and turn it back off. Coming in the right orientation, I believe so. And we'll just keep moving our way in. Got plenty of hydrogen left over. So if you guys are just joining us this stream, we have started an Oblivion playthrough on Tuesdays. That has been a blast. Never really got into the original Elder Scrolls 4 game. Played Skyrim a bit. Really didn't play any of the older games before that because those were a bit before my time. But that's been a lot of fun. We're playing this character that is decked out to look like the Crimson Chin. Homie's got a very, very prominent feature below his lips. Something crazy. And then we've also been playing Empire War. Had a great stream with some boys over there. Had a couple of our followers chit-chatting with us as we were playing through there. That campaign's doing really, really well in terms of our success in conquering the galaxy as the Republic, and kind of what inspired me to throw the Star Wars weapons mod into this game here. What kind of contracts? Okay, so we're here. Let's actually first just go ahead and complete that delivery contract, which is delivery location, accepted contracts, hauling contract, finish. Oh, that's good to know. We can actually go ahead and complete our contracts that we have with the other station here as well. Does that mean we have the same? No, that's a different price. Looks like we have max duration 24 minutes, GPS deviation 750 meters. Okay, canvases 102,000. Repair contract 107. Okay, do we have anything that is high dollar? Escort contract? No, don't have enough weapons for anything like that. Acquisition, uranium ingots. That'd be cool to be able to accomplish, but we haven't found any uranium yet. Hauling contract requires a jump drive, and that's it. Okay, so nothing crazy here. We'll go still get that initial gold that they needed. Let's look at the ships that they've got available. We have added a couple of ship packs. Previously owned economic ships has been added, along with a couple of splitsies builds as well. So we've got some options, right? We're sitting here with a nice 3.4, so we can get ourselves a small spacefaring vessel for fairly cheap here. space pod is worth 40 million. That's crazy. Space welder, space miner, anything. That's 1.5 turtle miner. That might be actually that might not be a bad snag for out here once we get a mining location. So that's maybe what we do. Okay. So let's get out here. Let's take a quick look around because I'm curious. Do we have anything in sight? Nada. Noonan. Okay. So let's go ahead. We were able to complete the delivery contract. We need to go get our gold. So let's go ahead and take off, head back home. We'll head back to base and get some extra materials here, as well as be able to go, and I think this is what we're gonna go ahead, get some things, get a bunch of ores mined up, and then go ahead and then we'll go get the bee back up into space, get it full up with, we'll get it full up with hydrogen, we'll get up into space, and we'll go and explore to find our first asteroid. We'll get we've got an ore detector on board, so we might upgrade that, because we did add it, I believe. I added and of course I'm in a cockpit, so I can't see what exactly blocks that we have. And I also remember we got progression turned on, meaning that we need to make specific blocks in order to get to other blocks. Which the nice thing is with the Star Wars weapons mod, that does have progression turned on as well, so we can't just make our octuple turbo lasers out the gate. We've actually got to go ahead and get ourselves kind of steps along the way. Start with laser turrets, then ion cannons, and then work our way up from there. All right, let's go ahead and turn on our dampeners. Turn on stockpiling, because we are inside the atmosphere. And we are moving, keeping our altitude. We are moving at a very nice 50 meters per second. So, but yeah, no, we started we're doing it. So on Tuesdays we've been doing Oblivion and Empire at War. I'm stockpiling vlog footage until I can find an editor, or at least figure out my own editing style. That'll be something that I will be working on while I'm off screen, but hopefully I can put a vlog together for some extra content in the near future here for some IRL stuff. But otherwise, let's go ahead and stop by the mining locations first, because it makes sense to just fill our boy up here. We're gonna fly by the base, but that's okay. We didn't fly out of the atmosphere again, did we? No, we're good. They're firing. They're firing. Alright, let's go ahead and drop down here, boys. I don't have any topside atmospherics, do I? I don't. Still haven't found uranium, but I think that's a space only kind of thing. I don't know. I can't remember. I thought there was a limited list of planets to be able to gather resources from. There were like a couple missing or exclusive. Silver and gold. Silver and gold. Nobody does silver and gold. Okay. Turn on stockpiling. 44 minutes floating. Now we'll go ahead and put her down. And turn her off. Alright. We'll start with silver. Twin sail merchant. Yes, okay, yeah, we did add a couple of scripts for some additional ships. Make it feel like we're in a little bit more of a living world. But I know that also it's been more of that also has been added with this latest DLC. So that's going to be interesting to see going forward. We're definitely in no position right now to be able to take any of these ships, go full pirate mode. But we will, I think we'll have a pretty good, once we get a large ship, I think we'll be in a good position. So let's jump down here and see what we got. Okay, look at the silver lined up. Ooh, that's a little bit loud on my end. Hopefully it's not too loud on yours, but this should help as well. That's the one thing that I forgot. I thought about it at the very beginning of stream. But I did not realize, did not grab the Quiet Tools mod. I'm a little bit disappointed in that. So, but that's fine. We'll back out, just mine it this way. Just grab it all, just ditch all of the stone when we get upstairs. Nice pure vein here though, that's nice, that's good to see. Gives us less dirt to filter through. Less stone to filter through. Alright. So you guys will have to let me know if you hear a audio difference between last stream and this stream, because I did end up getting an upgraded microphone. When I originally got my streaming set up, I bought a mic stand. Did not realize that mic stand came with a microphone, and that's what I'd been using for a while because I had also gotten a nicer quality microphone, but did not realize that it was a proper mic cable, an XLR cable.
Inventory full.
And so I did a little bit of research, got another cable on order that just came in not too long ago, and I got that set up. Then I realized that like good microphones with good quality actually take quite a bit of power. So then I got a couple other components and guys like it, or I should go back to the old stuff. I think this one's a little bit better in terms of sound dampening. And I don't have a pop filter on this one, so we'll see if that also makes a difference. Yeah, we'll just throw that in the cockpit for now. Keep things balanced. Okay, jump down. That's right. We also got a med bay built in the base, so we are able to get our suit upgraded. Okay, we'll grab the rest of the things that we find down here. Gimme chicken tendies, really crispy, for money's. You'll hear me say that probably once an episode, just because it's one of those vines. Yeah, I said it, vines that get stuck in my head. Let's back out of there. Okay. Mine out as much of this gold as we can. Gather a ton of stone in the process. That merchant is showing up from
Inventory
26
full.
miles, 26
Inventory
kilometers
full.
away.
Inventory full.
That's nuts. So obviously he could probably trade with that guy. I'll have to do that. Before we go back up, let's go ahead and just drop a bunch more gold. Back up we go. How much rock did we pick up? The majority of rock. I want to rock. I want to rock. Okay. Get those thrown in. Get that thrown in. And back into the hole. Get down there, tiger. Get in the hole, tiger. Get in the hole. We're here. Let's grab it. Gobble that stuff up. Let's get it. That's all rock. Rockin'. Call me a prospector because I be prospecting. Just kidding, I ain't prospecting, I'm mining. Diamonds. Okay.
Inventory full.
Alright, that's fine. I'll come back for you, the rest of yous. How much gold? Good chunk of gold. I'm just gonna, you know what, we're gonna take this on. Where's the big rock? You come with me. Just because it will also yield us stuff. We can break it down. Why not? Zero waste. We'll just do zero waste. Because again, it gives us it's free silicone.
Energy low.
It's free silicone. It's free nickel. It's free iron. So why don't we take it? We want to go after it anyways. So that's where we are. Okay. I think we're gonna be able to get all this picked up. we'll go hit the other holes. Let's go ahead and just absolutely let's get a whole other inventory of silver, since it's going to be so nice and pure. Just kind of walk around. Okay, let's go drop. Don't game end yourself. Do not game end yourself. Okay. You see that? Did you guys see that? I'm censoring myself for YouTube, so that way I can get more views on the YouTube. It's just a crazy game. It's such a crazy game, but I'm down to play it. Why not? Okay, back to our regularly scheduled program. We are gathering gold. We are gathering silver. We are gathering stone. And I'm also gabbing. I'm just tripping over my words a little bit, but that's okay. We jumping in this hole. We digging in this hole. We jumping in this hole. We digging in this hole.
Energy critical.
We digging in this hole. We gotta grab that silver. We gotta go back up. We gotta go sit in a chair so that way we don't perish. Okay, is that everything? About half inventory. Do I dare? I don't dare. Alright, let's get out of here. Where's my exit? Where's my exit? Where's my exit? There it is. Woohoo. Okay. Put me in the chair. Turn on things. And just like that, we be Sidibo. We be Sidibo. Okay. Let's get back to it right about now. Okay. Let's go down the hole. Get that other half inventory of silver. Gosh, why can't the gold vein be this just freaking massive? Let's see what we got after that. Rigmarole. Okay. About halfway there. Does that look like? That gives us almost. Okay, that's about as all we're going to be able to get here. Let's jump on out. Did I see another gold vein somewhere through 15, 16, 20 meters? Show me gold. There's some gold. Let's go down. More gold. Okay, there's more gold. So let's go back out the way we came. Back up. Nope. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. said it. Zero waste. Zero waste. It breaks my heart that we can't pull as much gold out as we can silver. Access the connector, put it in the connector, and then let's see, what else do we got around here? We got platinum and nickel, we got gold and silver, we didn't hit gold and silver. We got silver, milk, that's farther away. What else is over by silver? Okay. We are on, we are going to unpark ourselves, we are going to jump, and we are going to move forward to silver and see what else is over there, because you know for damn sure it's not by itself. Is that twin sail still dancing over there? No, he disappeared. We oversailed our spot. Go back. Turn that back on. Turn the stockpiling back off. Turn the stockpiling back on and turn the thrusters off. We'll set down here. Okay, so we had, obviously we had silver here. What else do we have? We have cobalt. Well, cobalt is a good one to have. He's 60 meters down. So let's get lined up over the top. We'll go aggressively run at it. And we'll just drop right on down. Some ice, but we're going to focus on the cobalt because again we've got 2 lakes over by our house, so our home base. In the jackpot, at least for cobalt, that is. Still feel like I need more gold, but we'll at least run this inventory full home, and then we'll go and explore, see if we can't find our first asteroid, because we'll get back to base with this. Again, that's a good amount of silver, good amount of gold, good amount of stone, so that'll give us the basic 3. Alright, let's head home, boys, home, boys, home. Well, if you take the high road, then I'll take the low road, and I'll be to Scotland before we freeze. Much more love, and I will meet again. cheesy thing because of the song that I listened to just the other day. This lake that we are perched on is officially Loch Lomond. If you don't know what that is there's an old folk song from the Highlands about, I believe it's two soldiers from World War One that one of them wasn't able to make it home, so one of them takes the high road. The high road, is their life road. The low road, high road is like the guy's in heaven. The low road, the guy is still alive, but he's gonna get to Scotland before him because his body is somewhere in France. But I just like the song. It's got a good beat to it. I like it a lot. And actually, it's very, very fitting because if this is Loch Lomond, I'm the one taking the low road. And our buddy over there that we found at the crash site has taken the high road. Oh, look at that. That was so poetic. Alright, get lined up with our connector here. We're still sitting at 55% of our hydrogen. Excuse me, cough. Let's mute myself here. Alright, I hope that wasn't too bad. Actually, I muted myself, so it wasn't bad at all. Look at that. Let's line it up. Don't fuck it up. I want to fuck it up. Don't you dare fuck it up. I'm gonna fuck it up. No, not. Do. Boom, locked in. Okay, stockpiling is on. And I'm also going to put stockpiling on our hydrogen tank as well. What do you need? You need like superconductors. You need 20 superconductors. So I need 20, 40, 60, 80. 80 and another 60 makes 140. We need like 140 just for here and other mods. What is it that we've got here? Reinforced conveyor, inset wall. That's for the medical bay, so we can get oxygen and hydrogen to that. You are just the inset wall. Your inset wall. Okay. Because then we've got our little hallway here. Okay, we're also going to do, I might do some offline development of the base. I don't know. You guys let me know which one you prefer to see. Do you prefer me doing some more adventure shit while we're doing these survival Saturdays, or do you like more of the grindy buildy stuff? Let me know down below in the comment section. Give me your thoughts. Now, back to what we were doing before. This should pull everything. If not, I'll pull it myself. Go drop it in this cargo container over here. Now it sounds like the refinery's running, so let's go ahead and drop down here, grab some ice. And let's do it this way. Let's come over here, dig out a spot. That just gives us an ice wall, like so, and then we'll just over here and drop ice, pure ice. That way I don't have to worry about another additional stone, because I don't need that much more stone. I've got like 20k up there in B, and there's no reason why I need to gather more stone. At least not right now, because I don't have a direct need for any of it. We do need that 149 that we can deliver to either of the stations, which I think the best bet is to... Actually, the best bet is building in the direction of the Earthlike planet, or exploring in the direction of the Earthlike planet, because that's our end-all be-all goal, and I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit before we get enough
Inventory full.
superconductors to build a jump drive and get the progression that we need to get there. Okay, so let's jump up here real quick, though. Drop down. And you don't have inventory. Actually, you do. Open the inventory. Then we'll drop all that ice in there. We'll also drop my tanks that I'm not using right now in there. And then we'll go Geronimo and take no fall damage.
Your health is critical.
No, we took a lot of health damage, or we took a lot of fall damage. Yep. Let's take advantage of our handy dandy new medical bay. Get me fixed up lickety split yurt. Alright. I am the storm that is approaching. Clean this up. That's loud for both you and me, so allow me to fix that for you. Okay.
Inventory full.
Alright, we'll go drop this in as well. Bang my head on my own wall. That's pretty cash money stuff going on there. And if I believe, yeah, I gotta turn on stockpiling for my tanks. Tank, fuel tanks, small hydrogen tank, stockpile on, stockpile on. You're being filled, you're being filled, you're being filled. You are full. You are also full. We could add a little bit more oxygen capabilities here. We can also add a large hydrogen tank, which might not be a bad idea, but in order to add that large hydrogen tank, we need a spot for it with a conveyor access, which means, is this dead space? What is this? This is, okay, this is an inset wall, so we have this set up here to be a room to get access to the medical room. Okay, so, okay, this is more interior walls, and this comes over here, and then you go down, and that brings you over here, which we'll have that. So we need a door here, we need a T, and then a door, and then here, and then another door here, and then go that way. Yeah, okay, we'll map that out later on. I think that's gonna be an off stream. I don't know, we'll see. I'm not gonna put words in my own mouth. I'm not gonna make actions that I can't follow up on. We'll see what we do. And actually, you know what I'll do? I'll just wait till next Survival Saturday, and I'll get feedback from you guys, because I know you guys will give me the taste of your mind, won't you, buds? Cool. All right. Let's see. Show all connected inventories. Cap cockpit. Can I get you through? Can I put you in the industrial primary? I can. Okay. Okay. does not look like it. Okay. And AU, let's just get it moved into. Okay, so we need 149. We're going to have plenty for that. So that'll work out there. Let's check on you. You're at 64%. Okay, we're going to also go ahead here and thrusters. Let's just do it this way. Hydrogen thruster. We're just going to grab all of these. And we're going to create a group called thruster. Let's say entry thrusters. Save. And then let's go ahead and add this group to our, and we'll toggle block on and off. Do I have the cockpit tied to that group? I wouldn't be surprised if I did. Nope. It's just showing up as a button block because I have two different kinds of thruster. That's fine. So we turn them off. And that should help us fill up a bit faster. Okay, let me see what's going on here. We've got 10k ice. Are you working your stuff down? You are working your stuff down. Okay, if I go to my tanks. We go look at my hydrogen tank. That's at 5. Let's just turn stockpiling off. What are you sitting at? You're 15%. You're at 93, 80, 75. Alright. We're just waiting on this now. So let's get to 70% and then we'll get a move on. Just because, again, we want to get a move on. I'm only here for a couple of hours. Let's try to make as most of our time exploring. And since we're here, just kidding, unknown signal. Our boy. And I found out that the crash site that we had found was for a rover. So he must, his sister must have been on the station on the other side of the planet. I don't know. I'm just making some lore here. Alright, what do we got dropping in? We got a funky little doodad. Some good materials. What do you think? What are we thinking, guys? I think we're gonna get 7,000 credits, and then that's probably it. And then we'll probably get the steel plates from the actual unknown signal itself. And you're good. 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 Man, I love killing time so that way our hydrogen tanks can fill up. Okay. Okay. She's dropping down. Look at that big old thruster. I'll take that. Now tell me what. Show me what you got. We got a Badger welder. I think I already had it. Also had a panel. And then half scaffold block, but I want to know. Oh, we didn't even get that, guys. We didn't even get the 7K. We got a welder and we got silicone. Alright, let's get this guy broken down. Alright. Is that blast door blocks? Okay, that makes it a little bit better. At least we got a good chunk of steel plates. Cool. Alright, let's get back to base. Alright, let's jump in the B and we'll get on our way to space, the final frontier. Yeah, 73%. That's what we wanted. So we can turn stockpiling off, and then we can turn our thrusters on, and we can go like that. And we'll just head out of the atmosphere, because gravity can't even stop us. And I think what I was originally thinking about going in the direction of the Earthlike planet, I agree with that. So let's get ourselves off-world and find our little blue ball. There she is, right there, off of starboard. Alright. Let's get in position here. Get ourselves stopped. The nice thing is again, I don't have an antenna on the base, so we don't got to worry about that. We've just got a GPS marker. Let's head towards our little blue ball. Right? Is that our little blue ball? I think so, because that's Mars down there. And its moon. No, there it is, right there. Okay. I guess, let me see. Acquisition drop off. Okay. Show me an asteroid? No? Okay. In hindsight, I probably should have just brought that 149 gold with me so I could have dropped it off over there. But we gotta go back anyways, so Now, I was thinking, should we leave our base on the planet, or do we strap thrusters to it and launch it into the stratosphere? Because what I've been thinking, I've been truly 100% back and forth on it. I'm not sure what the best move would be. I kind of like the idea of leaving it behind, just because it gives us a well-off restart point if something goes cataclysmically wrong while we are Star Trekking. So that's where my mind goes. Are we not going to find a single asteroid? I don't think so. That's disappointing. Okay. Let's turn back. We'll turn back. We'll go get our gold. We'll go back, we'll get some gold, and we'll go ahead and make that 3 milli real quick. And then I think what we'll do is we will... That puts us at 6, so that should give us... Yeah, I think we got to get to that 22 where we can get a freighter. Because I think that will give us the best capability. That will give us the best capability to... Yeah. I think it'll give us the best capability to be successful. Because what we'll probably do is we'll probably take our industrial refinery with us and we'll strap it to the ship, the large grid ship that we have. The other thing is the other thing that I wanted to show you guys, and we'll wait until we get back to the base. But I did, in my off time away from stream, I went ahead and designed us a spacefaring vessel that we could build. So that way, right, that was the one disappointing thing that I had with the construction of the bee. I think it ended up turning out great, but I wanted to be able to present you guys with some builds that were a little bit better designed versus being kind of like versus just being crafted live on stream. So I'll show you what I kind of built out in a blueprint here. So let me get over here, and we won't hook it back up to the base, the B, that is, for right now. We will just we'll just land. Alright, turn it all off. Alright, let's grab... Gold ingots, 151. Well, I only need 149. Please and thank you. And actually, I've already got 94 steel plates. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to come over here and we're going to build this guy just so that way he can rest in better peace, as we will build him a little mausoleum here on the hillside. And then what we'll do is we'll even make it yellow and we'll make it we'll hit with the clean armor. Or actually that's what we'll do. We'll give him a yellow roof. So we'll do it like this. And we'll do it this way. And we'll go this way with it. And then we'll slap it on top. And then we will go ahead and go back to our normal here and place that there. So now home skillet's got a proper little mausoleum that I'll get welded up off stream. In the meantime though, we got that 149 gold. Alright, let's go run that. Let's go get that. Let's go get paid for that. IDH beacon, that's the one in the atmosphere. Acquisition drop off. Doobie doobie dooba doobie doobie dooba. HMP. Bow. Okay. You know, now that I'm just driving the bee backwards, I'm kind of realizing that I should have totally put the cockpit on the other end. I think that would have been way more fun. And more fitting for the kind of cockpit that I ended up picking out. We still might do that. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, there's our Earthlike. So, what's the distance? It's got to be probably 100. No, it's probably 400,000 kilometers away. Let's spin around here. Turn the beat around. Show a bit percussion. Turn it upside down. Okay. Get rotated. drop off this gold, get a quick 3 milli. Milli. I'm just making sounds, mouth. Okay. That, finish, character inventory, 3.3. So there's that. We hit our $4 million goal. Okay, what do we got here? Give me acquisition. 26 superconductors for, I think, what was it, 82 for like, I don't know, a lot more than what we're looking at here. 184 kilometers. Nope. Explosives. That's not a bad one. Actually, let me look back through acquisition here. Computer. Okay, that's not, I guess that's not terrible. And let's look here. Anything else? No. Okay. Alrighty then. So let's head back home. We'll get those. Get those acquisition orders filled, and actually let me go double check. Before we leave, I need to write them down, otherwise I'm gonna forget them. Alright, open contracts, acquisition. Okay, it's 18 explosives. Explosives. And what? 924 computers. I feel like actually that's not worth it. So we'll just get 18 explosives brought over. Which I got plenty of stuff for that. Bulk freighter. Yeah, that's what I would want right there. 80K, or 80 mil. An Albatross, CAC 100, A100. Fighter, elite welder. Zone chip. What is a zone chip? Alright. Hold on. Mining transport carrier. 12 million. Okay. No, we need. Yeah, we gotta figure it out. But, actually, yeah. We'll get back to base. And then again, I mentioned the ship I designed. We will take a look at that once we're back to base. Let's get back to base, but first stop by this unknown signal. And what do we get? Nothing. Cool. Okay. What do we get in the container? A little bit more. All right, let's get back to the base. And we are chasing the sun. Coolio. Okay. Okay, pulling back up on the base. Just kidding, got another 4 kilometers to go. I was looking at the wrong point. And bringing it back in. Okay, so what I wanted to show you guys in terms of our interplanetary transport vessel. Okay, let me do a quick projector. And then we can show you right and left, forward and backward. Oh, that's nice. Cool, we already had everything on us that we needed. Okay, projector, blueprints, interplanetary transport, copy to clipboard, multiple grids, only the largest grid will be used. Okay. And horizontal offset. Forward offset. Okay, there we go. Now we can see her. So this is kind of why I wanted to implement it here. We also have the airtight force fields mod. It looks like it's glitching out a little bit in the blueprint projection here. It is. Okay, not a big deal. Those are just the dummies that were for decorative purposes on this end. But, so this would be our interplanetary transport vessel. It's got a couple of laser turrets on the front for defense. We've got these thruster modules that I designed out, so that way those can be quickly welded off, welded on, or kind of modular in terms of their design. We've got a hangar bay that would fit the B in the back here, and then we've got a very nice hallway system to kind of be able to move around on the interior of the ship. So, pretty low profile bridge up top. So honestly, I think that's going to be easiest to get this up and running. And then we also do have the nanite. Did I put it in? I don't think so. Let's look at progression. Okay, so... Well, hey, I needed to build the projector to unlock all the other things. Cool. Yeah, so what do I need to do? I need to make a gravity generator in order to make a jump drive. And then, yeah, nanite control facility. So, I need to make a jump drive before I make the nanite control facility. So, okay, so this means that we're building a large ship on the planet before we get up into space. Yeah. Okay. So that gives us a little bit to think on. It gives me a little bit to think on. So, but, okay, so what have we accomplished so far? We were able to get up to 6 million credits. We've got tons of resources in the bank. We can kind of design out we need to be able to design out, we need to flesh out the base. We need to flesh out our initial vessel, because building this from the blueprint is going to be something else. So, and I also need to go in and fix the blueprint to get rid of those glitchy blocks. Okay. And then we can get let's go ahead and get some superconductors in the production queue here. This will heal up, charge up. Okay, and what we'll do here is we will get production, industrial assembler, field emitter. Oh, we added, did I also add defensive shields? I did. Which is another mod that kind of gives you kind of like a Star Wars type energy shield. I did throw that in. Superconductor, iron and gold. So if I make 200, how much gold is that? 132 ingots. I've got that. I know I've got that. 0.33. I got 8 there. I've got pretty successful survival Saturday. I know we're only about 90 minutes in, but it is. I got a busy day tomorrow, so I got other stuff to do. But again, go ahead, leave me guys, leave me a comment on the VOD here of what do you think we should do. Should we try to build this ship here on Titan? Because I do know that this ship does have enough thrust to get off the planet. It is just using ion thrusters, which means thruster components, which means lots of platinum, which we've got a platinum mine. I think that's what I'll do. I'll do a little bit of work off stream before we come back to stream on Tuesday. I think I'll have a little bit of time later on in the week, or at the start of the week, start of next week, to either redesign this so that way it's a bit smaller scale, get rid of some of the redundant areas of the build, just to lighten it up that little bit and make it a little bit easier in terms of our total resource load. But comment down below, what do you think? We use this ship, or a version of this ship, we build one from scratch live on stream, or do we just go ahead and strap some hydrogen thrusters to our base, mine it out, and say, screw it, we'll launch this into space and go from there? Let me know in the comments below. I want to thank everybody for coming out to stream today. Thank you guys for tuning in on YouTube, whether you were here for 45 minutes or whether you're here for the whole video. Appreciate you guys supporting me any way you can. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what other video games you want to check out, want me to play, and I will see you guys on Tuesday. Have a great night, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you guys are at in the world, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye, guys.